start off with the sounds of a broken washing machine coupler and then how it should sound. Obviously that was the broken one. Here's the good one after the repair. Much better, right? Here's the whole process. So this is a direct drive washing machine. It uses a motor to spin the transmission that spins the tub and also spins the pump on the left side of the motor. It's very common for stackable washing machines and also very common for other washing machines as well. I didn't show in this video how to take apart the washing machine to gain access because this is so common as so many different types of washing machines, and I do show how to take apart the stackable washing machine in other videos. For this particular job, there's no need to take apart the pump hoses. You can actually detach the pump and move it off to the side to get a little more access, to pull out the screws and then release the clamps that hold the direct drive motor onto the transmission. Once you slip it back, that exposes the coupling. Of course, you want to make sure the breaker's turned off or machine unplugged, and as you see here, that's our problem. Yep, there it is, the coupler. A lot of times just one side or the other side snaps on the coupler and you can just replace the one side that's broken. This particular one, the new couplers were really hard to get on. I didn't have too much of a hard time getting it on the drive motor itself, but on the other side there's a rubber grommet and the second portion of the coupling. And getting that second portion of the coupling on gave me a really hard time, and unfortunately only one half of the coupling had broken, so I was able to reuse the old side of the other half, and that fit on much easier. On these, once I put them on, I like to angle the opening portion down, so I slip the rubber coupler on and then rotate it to where one of the openings is down, so the triangle will point down. Then I can line that same deal up on the motor shaft, is just angle the coupling down, and that makes it a little bit easier setting the deal into place. Of course, this is the job you want to unplug the machine for, or make sure the power is off, maybe the breaker's off. However you want to do it to make sure there's no power. You've got a mixture of sharp edges, electricity, and water all make a deadly combination, so you got to do what you got to do to make it safer. Do the job safely. Here I'm rotating the coupling so that, again, the triangle portion aims down so that I can slip it on. You want to make sure not to force anything here. You just little by little can get it in. It should slide in with no problem. Yeah, so it's just a simple matter of lifting it up and inserting it. Again, just kind of feeling around for it. You don't want to force anything. Once you get it, then there's these clamps. One side of the clamp is keyed, and then the other side you just press into place. Bottom one's often a little bit more difficult, but it's not too bad. And sometimes you can kind of push the tub to the side on the shocks to gain a little bit more access. And the clamps that hold the direct drive motor on, they have an added screw for added strength, so it's just a simple matter of putting the clamps on and then driving the screw. I have other videos showing you how to change the pump, different little tricks and tips on washing machines on how to change the pump, and a lot of times coins can get past the pump or past the drain bin and make it into the pump and cause its own problems. I do have a lot of other washing machine videos, but once you're ready to set the pump back on, I like to rotate the shaft so that the flat portions are to the side, or so that the deal's up and down, and mostly you're just mimicking where the pump is, but there's different ways to do that. Again, you don't want to force anything, just gentle pressure until it slips on pretty easily. The pump, the feet of it should seat against the drive motor, has the little ports where they go into. Again, you shouldn't have to force anything, just a matter of sometimes readjusting and then inserting. No big deal. And then once that's done, the pump is held in place by clamps, again, that are keyed the similar way as before. Not too big a deal. So here's the clamps. They're keyed on one side, so you can insert it and then turn it to the side and then push it on. And again, to get a little more access on the bottom one, often I'll push the bin over on the shocks. That way I can get a little bit more room to reach in there and get that clamp on. Alright, that's all in. And now I'm ready for the test. First we'll want to move the fill hose assembly over. This is an off and leak point. Often that clamp slips down. I show that in quite a few other videos. But so we'll set it here so that we can test the machine. You can put the lid back on and plug in the lid switch, or you can use a jumper to engage the lid switch and listen for the beautiful sound of air. Well, almost. This one, everything sounds good on the drive coupling, but got some broken agitator dogs. I show that in a lot of other videos, so if you'd like, check out the videos on the agitator dog repairs. It's kind of a common problem. Thanks for watching. On Patreon, and we'll see you on the next one. Just